back on the field. How are you feeling? Do you feel back to 100% yet?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, fitness-wise, I don't know if I'm 100% yet, 90 minutes game fit, but I feel really good in training and in the last couple games I've played with both the national team and Portland.
How have you stayed kind of emotionally in the right space through all this? You obviously were dealing with the injury heading into the World Cup and now a different injury.
Yeah. Well, mentally it's really hard to come back and not having known if I was going to be finishing off the season with the Thorns. So I think that was the hardest part, and then being able to come back for a couple of games that hopefully quite a few will, it was great for me to be able to get back in with the team, but I wasn't sure, so it was so much uncertainty, and I really set my expectations low. So now I just feel really good getting back with the Thorns, and I feel like since my expectations were low, I'm in a better place now for it.
Since you are able to work out, does that help you? Does that help keep you sharp when you're coming off of an injury, being able to come back and be able to play within your club teams?
I mean, yeah, whenever I'm playing, it makes me, a little more sharp, a little more fit, and I feel like I contribute a little to this team, but hopefully I'll be able to a little more next game and even more the game after that. It's not easy being injured and off for such a long period of time, and so many inconsistencies for me in the last couple of years from injuries. So hopefully it's, my bad run is done, and now I could start to look up and beyond and into the future, into the rest of the season here and then into the Olympics next year. So I'm really positive on that, but it's going to take, one game at a time, 1 week at a time.
There's obviously been a lot of attendance decreases, and obviously there's going to be the second sellout here again.
Yeah.
With the fans coming in, what do you see as the next steps for the league that you'd like to see it take in continuing its growth?
Well, that's a simple question that's not so simple to answer. There's, I think, a lot of things that the league can improve on. I think they've done a great job in the first 3 years establishing themselves, but I think there's some things that can get better. I think travel and accommodations could do a little better. I just think some direct flights can be better. I think Portland has set the standard really high, but some other clubs in this league I think have to have a full-time training staff and management staff. I think training facilities could improve a little throughout the league. Again, Portland has set that standard, but I just think other teams need to follow suit. I think also there needs to be a positive outlook from the players, so international players want to come play in the NWSL right now. I don't know if that's apparent throughout the world, because there are some inconsistencies on when the league will start, when it will end, how it's not consistent with European schedules. So I think there's a few things that we could definitely improve on. Also, I think there's a lot of interest from MLS teams to bring NWSL teams, so I think that's a great thing for us to see, because you see Portland and Houston being two of the teams that bring a lot of fans, so fan support, and it carries over from the men's side. So there's a lot of things I think that we can improve on, but we have to take it year by year and kind of take a step back every year and see what we've improved on and what we could still improve on.
You mentioned accommodations specifically on Twitter. Is that something that's been a problem in the league?
I think that it was addressed, and I'm really happy it was addressed. Obviously I could have gone about it a different way, but at the time, I was really upset with and supportive of my teammates. I wasn't on that trip, so it was my teammates that I'd heard back from, and I really wanted to stand up for them. It wasn't always accommodations. Like I told you, there's a lot of things that we do need to improve on, and so I didn't mean the tweet to be directed just at accommodations, but I think there's things that the NWSL can improve on, and hopefully next year we'll see that.
You've played with Nadine and against her.
Yeah.
And obviously her career will be coming to an end here. Can you tell me, what are the biggest challenges when she's your opponent?
Nadine's really good at reading the game. She's a little bit older, and she's been in this game for a really long time, so she just knows the tendencies of forwards so easily. And I mean, she's good with penalties. We were taking some the other day because after I missed mine at Sky Blue, I wanted to take a couple against Nadine, and she's really good making herself big, and she's great with communication and just getting the ball out of her box quickly on the transition or attack. So there's great things that I love about her as a teammate, but also don't love so much as an opponent. She's a really hard opponent to go against, and I saw that against them in the World Cup. She denied me a time or two, so I'd much rather have her as a teammate.
Was that the most frustrating that you've been with her? I mean, in in terms of walking off the field going, "God, Nadine"?
Yeah, I think in the last couple of years I've had some success against her and she's had some success against me. So that was one of the games that, although she had success against me, we came out on top, and that's what mattered at the end of the day. But we joke around, and at the end of that game, we were hugging and just saying how we can't wait to play with each other when we get back to Portland. So she's a really great teammate, and I enjoy playing with her these last couple of years.
And what is